Thornbridge Manor, the Carlisle family's home for countless generations. The Revenant Alexa Carlisle and her 3 adult children, younger brother Zachary, grandson and daughter-in-law, are all gathered to conduct Carlisle's sham funeral. Curiously, Carlisle summoned a famous London PI soon after arriving this morning, but his purpose at Thornbridge is yet unclear. Now, the target knows that you're coming, and her guard detail is top-notch. So Mr. Gray will secure their nearby field HQ and intercept all calls going in and out of the estate. Any appeal for backup is going to fall on very deaf ears. Good luck, gentlemen.
This is a private area. Phineas Whitmer, private investigator. I have an appointment with Madame Carlisle. Please wait.
Mr. Whitmer is here to see Madame Carlisle. You can go right in.
That is Phineas Whitmer, the famous private investigator hired by Madame Carlisle this morning. I'm curious why he's here. Maybe you should do some detecting yourself, 47. A famous private investigator summoned by Alexa Carlisle has arrived at Thornbridge Manor. If you take his place, it may be an opportunity to get close to Madame Carlisle.
Thank God you're here. Can I take you to Madame Carlisle?
Please do.
If you follow me...
Ugh.
I know I oughtn't to say anything, but... Preparing for Madame's funeral, and then she turned up alive. But then the awful business with her brother Zachary, and all this security. I've never seen the place guarded like this, and I dare say I don't like it at all. On top of everything, Rosie thinks she's in love with young Patrick. I mean, that's a breaking heart happening if I ever saw one. Alexa back from the dead, a make-believe funeral, a murder mystery. Oh, all too much.
We'll all need a vengeance.
Did you have a fun feature?
Oh, no.
A safe in Madame Carlisle's office. I bet that's where she keeps the file on Arthur Edwards.
Okay. What was that?
Command, I just heard a weird noise. I'm moving in to investigate. I wonder what that could be.
So many of us here.
Right. Maybe I should ask her out. Get to know her in a personal way.
You could try. Rosie told me Rebecca has a really cool saying, though. It takes a damn fine man to replace no man at all. So you've got your work cut out for you if you do try. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to imply that you're not fine. You're definitely fine. I mean, I don't fancy you or anything.
Right.
You're not my type at all. Oh, Christ, I'll just shut up.
And his personal life. Well, I'm curious to hear what your feelings are about this linked tour ride that's been circulating online.
Oh, Gemma, it's all in good fun, isn't it? Now, she was, without saying, cast the first stone and all that. When I was that age, I was every bit as bad. The only real difference is the culture around it now. That and the fact that every public figure has to expect their life.
There.
20 quid in my locker. But when I came in this morning, it was only a $5.
What? Please help! Help me! Please help me! Ah! Whoa! Control, how copy? Someone has been a raw pain in the arse.
It feels like I can't breathe in here. The tension is off the charts.
Everything needs to be ready for the funeral. It needs to look good for the family portrait.
Madam Carlisle wants to inspect the arrangements for the staged funeral tomorrow. What's the delay?
It's the birds. They're making a racket, droppings everywhere. The undertaker wants them gone before he'll see Madam Carlisle. He's in a right state. So, unless you want to take on the birds, I suggest you stay clear of him.
Oh, no, my aim's horrible. Safer for everyone if I just wait here till he says he's ready for Madam.
Madame Carlisle is still going ahead with her staged funeral tomorrow, and she wants to inspect the arrangements. How about it, 47? You feel up to giving her the grand tour of her final resting place?
Hello? It's just me. Don't throw anything at me, please. I need to work on my aim. I'll never get rid of those stupid birds.
Finally, the birds are gone. Just
run through everything before calling Madame Carlisle down. What?
What the hell is that? Typical. Just typical.
Madame Carlisle.
Listen up, everybody. I need to speak now. Madame Carlisle will give you a talk. I hope I
Well done, 47. Madame Carlisle is on her way. I wonder how she will like her final resting ground.
Outside is the undertaker. Wrong pretending to be dead. Some things don't necessarily. Not even if a silky ring.
Now, let's run through the event.
That is Alexa Carlisle, unofficial leader of the Providence partners, and last one to be alive.
As there, for obvious reasons, could be no viewing at the Chapel of Rest.
Well, I hate it. Get rid of it. For tomorrow. And the flowers?
Your son Gregory asked me to decide on the floral arrangements. I kept it all in white to signify eternity.
It's my funeral, not a wedding.
If you're dressed like a Detective 47, you might as well act the detective. I suggest you go talk to the butler.
Mr. Whitmer,
Just keep
are you
calm.
ready to inspect the crime scene now?
I am.
Very well. If you'll follow me, sir.
Looking good today, sir.
I feel obliged to point out that current affairs surrounding Madame Carlisle are of a delicate nature. You may be familiar with the recent announcement of her death. You will probably learn that a staged funeral is scheduled to take place tomorrow. Madame's children were not informed until this morning that their mother was in fact not dead at all. So please bear with them if they seem affected by the rather unusual situation. I trust I do not need to remind you that there will be consequences if word gets out that Madame Carlisle is still alive.
I'll consider her dead when I leave.
Before you inspect the crime scene, I will tell you this. The case concerns the death of Mr. Zachary, Madame Carlisle's younger brother. He was found dead in his bed this morning. The door was locked from the inside, and a suicide letter was found in his room. However, Madame Carlisle suspects foul play and will not accept that he took his own life. I've prepared some information for you, so please do come and see me when you've finished your investigation of the crime scene. This is Mr. Zachary's room, to my right.
A locked room murder mystery, 47. I trust you'll get to the bottom of this. Why don't you use your camera to scan the dead body, 47?
Throat markings indicate a rare, short-lived plant poison killed him. Spread shows time of death at around 10 o'clock last night.
You do know your poisons, 47. Zachary was shopping for new Wellingtons last night. Not exactly what you would expect from someone suicidal. Zachary's suicide note. Also, a sample of handwriting. It could be relevant to compare to other samples to establish its authenticity.
A
It's a secret passage. This could explain how the door was locked from the inside. A photocopy of the floor plans. Somebody's been researching the secret ins and outs of Thornbridge Manor. I believe you've done a thorough search of the crime scene, 47. Maybe it's time to see the butler. I'm curious about the information he's prepared for you.
Yeah,
all right,
what you said.
Later.
How are you today, sir?
Gentleman.
Coming along outside.
He gave me his coat and all.
Will everything
Rosie,
be ready for the
you
funeral
need to
event
forget
tomorrow?
about
I would
Patrick.
say so, Mr.
No
Mr.
good's
Fernsby,
gonna come of it.
I'm done with the
Stick
crime
to your
scene.
own kind.
Did you establish a time
You
of
mean
death?
like Chris?
Zachary died
He treated me
around
like
10
shit.
o'clock last night.
All he
That
wanted to
means
do
the
was play
staff
his
were off duty?
stupid video games, never
Madame
any
Carlisle and her
romance.
security didn't
I
arrive
deserve
until this morning.
romance.
That leaves Madame's family and myself as the only persons here when he died.
Would you mind
And
taking a
before
few
you
steps
ask,
away from
no,
me, please?
I do not have an alibi. I was alone in my office at the time of death. Here's the material that I prepared for you. It's a list of the possible suspects and their quarters. Hopefully that will help you keep track of your findings. Please come and see me when you've solved the case, and I will take you to Madame Carlisle.
This is very useful information, 47.
I would say so, Mr.
So how
Fernsby.
does one solve
As long
a
as the birds
murder
don't
mystery,
make too much of a
47?
mess.
Motive,
May I
means,
add
and
that the
opportunity, I
undertaker,
believe.
Mr. Parsons,
May
is
I
not
suggest
happy
you
about
ask the
putting on a
suspects for
pretend
alibis?
funeral. He's worried
Or
about
perhaps
his
do you prefer
reputation
searching the
against
manor for clues
Yes, I
first?
expected as much.
These certainly are strange days.
Rosie,
I
tell me
suppose
what
we'll
you
never
did
get an
last night.
explanation.
I'm in trouble, aren't
It's
I?
not our place to question Madame Carlisle.
No.
I spent the
No, no.
evening with Patrick.
can't help but wonder.
We met after dinner and I went home at 1 in the morning. He said he needed someone real to talk to. When he looks at you, it makes you feel like the center of the universe. Like a real princess.
But now he just ignores her.
Well, he's under a lot of pressure.
He's an idiot. That's what he is.
How are things coming along inside? Is everything ready?
Did you notice anything out of the ordinary? Any strangers outside the house?
No.
You're giving
no, we
me a
saw
bit
no
of
one
anxiety,
outside.
sir.
Except Patrick's mother, Emma. We were sitting on the bench behind the greenhouse talking when she came out and we had to hide. You won't tell her about me and Patrick, will you? She'd insist Madame Carlisle fire me. I'm sure of it.
Too right she will. She's always going on about how things will change once she's in charge of Thornbridge Manor.
So 41 guests will attend the funeral tomorrow. There's still a lot to see to, but we're in good time, I think.
I can't deal
Would
with all
you
this
mind
pretend
taking a
funeral
few steps
stuff
away
just now.
from me, please?
I know I have to, but Amy thinks she might be pregnant. I'm going to be a dad.
You'll be fine, Robbie. Kids are great.
Did Alice tell you what Emma did when she arrived? Tell me. She turned up and demanded to be put up in.
On my next stand.
You have a way with words, Stan.
Why waste away in front of the books when he can play like that? That music makes my heart soar.
Quite the poet. But you're right. It's beautiful.
Yes, hi, Cassie. It's me again, Edward. I know I'm not supposed to leave you messages, and this is the last time, I promise. It's just, I don't know how to handle this whole situation.
Professor Edward Carlisle, can you tell me your whereabouts for last night?
Oh, yes, this dreadful business with Zachary. I stay at the local inn. You see, I prefer not to spend the night here at Thornbridge Manor. My brother Gregory came along for a nightcap. He'll never admit it, but I think he understands that I find this whole thing upsetting and wanted to provide some comfort. I believe we went to the Stag's Head around half. I don't know how to handle this whole situation. I don't think I... Oh, yes, this dreadful business with Zachary. I stay at the local inn. You see, I prefer not to spend the night here at Thornbridge Manor. My brother Gregory came along for a nightcap. He'll never admit it, but I think he understands that I find this whole thing upsetting and wanted to provide some comfort. I believe we went to the Stag's Head around 8:30. If that's all, I have a speech to write.
Can you tell me about Zachary's behavior last night?
I certainly didn't expect him to commit suicide. Sure, he was upset by Mother's supposed death. We were. But he seemed more engaged than usual. You should ask Rebecca. They had a long talk. Did you know that he hadn't left Thornbridge Manor in nearly 50 years? His plants, Mother, and the staff, all the company he had. Anything else I can do to help? I don't know how to handle it all.
Rebecca Carlisle, can you tell me about yesterday evening?
We don't really see much of each other, my brothers and I. I suppose it takes our mother's funeral to bring us together, and even then, it's not like we sit on each other's laps. Now, let's see. Patrick, Gregory's son, disappeared straight after dinner. You know, I think he might be in some sort of trouble. Edward wanted to go as well, but Gregory convinced him to stay for a few drinks before they went off for a pint at the local at 9:15. I swear Gregory enjoys Edward's discomfort over staying here. I had a conference call with my New York office at 9, so I spent 3 hours on my laptop in my room and went straight to bed afterwards. I don't know about Emma. She did act a bit strange. You know, I bet she was making lists for changes needing to be done once she gets her hands on Thornbridge Manor. Quite the shock she had when Mother arrived during breakfast. Is that everything, Mr. Whitmer? I do have a lot to see to.
You creep!
Hey, how are you?
You look tan. I bet Mother spent the last week at her Cyprus estate. Am I right?
I'm not at liberty to say, ma'am.
Oh, come on.
Patrick
I
Carlisle.
need to know what's going on.
Can you tell me where you
This
were
affects me too,
yesterday
you know.
evening?
Shit, it's that sneaky butler, isn't it? He ratted me out. Don't tell Mother, okay? She's really tense these days, and the last thing I need is more hassle. I took that pretty blonde, Rosie, for an evening stroll. I mean, how the fuck am I expected to cope for an entire weekend in this shithole? I'm bored out of my mind. If that's all, I think I'll get back to my slow death by boredom.
But how the hell did that happen?
What did you think of Zachary?
Creepy as hell. No ambition. Imagine deciding to live in a museum. You know, Father says Zachary and Alexa used to be two of a kind. He had a great future ahead of him. Then suddenly, he just gave up everything. What an idiot. Thank God Daddy chose looks and brains over pedigree when he married Mum. I don't have to worry about the inbreedings customary in these circles. So, is that it?
Did you see anything suspicious last night?
Nah. I reckon Zachary tops himself. I know I would have. Or perhaps Mr. Fernsby. I don't like him. He could have done it.
Looking good, man. Looking good. I'm not sure I know who you are.
That's stress, man. If you don't watch out, it'll fuck you up.
Hey, you hearing impaired. No.
Whoa! Help! Help!
You are way too close to me and you're really freaking me out. Can you just leave me, please?
Patrick Carlisle, can you tell me where you were yesterday evening?
Shit, it's that sneaky butler, isn't it? He ratted me out. Don't tell Mother, okay? She's really tense these days, and the last thing I need is more hassle. I took that pretty blonde, Rosie, for an evening stroll. I mean, how the fuck am I expected to cope for an entire weekend in this shithole? I'm bored out of my mind. If that's all, I think I'll get...
What did you think of Zachary?
Creepy as hell. No ambition. Imagine deciding to live in a museum.
I'm not at liberty.
You know, Father says Zachary and Alexa used to be two of a kind. He had a great future ahead of him. Then suddenly, he just gave up everything. What an idiot. Thank God Daddy chose looks and brains over pedigree when he married Mummy. I don't have to worry about the inbreeding so customary in these circles. So, is that it?
Phil, did you find out if the vote was notarized?
How the hell did that happen?
No, we all signed it. I gave it to him in person.
Raved about shit. What the fuck do I say to Carlisle? I feel completely blindsided here. I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, enough.
I don't believe you have clearance to this area, sir. That's it. Stop.
Target is in the corridor!
I need help! Move in! Get the advantage!
He's here! On me, on me! Hey!
I'm gonna take you down.
Get visual and engage!
I can see from the log that Rebecca was in a conference call from 9 p.m. to midnight last night.
If you want to check on the undertaker in charge of the funeral, I got word he's upset with Madame Carlisle.
Yeah, well, I don't feel too good. About that promotion I thought might be coming my way. Yeah, well, don't count on it. This is a shit assignment. No, I didn't expect this. Yates didn't even warn me, and now he doesn't return my calls. I just wish I was home. I love you too. Bye.
Hey!
It's me, Aaron.
No way.
Again.
Hey, whoa.
I really need to talk to you about the Carlisle account.
God, there's been a horrible
Something
accident.
horrible has happened. It's all gone. I'm not quite sure how to handle it. Could you please call me back?
Affirmative. Solid copy, one actual. Bagging and tagging any bodies found. Out.
Well,
God.
This all confirms that Arthur Edwards stole everything from Madame Carlisle. Perhaps you should let her know how bad it is, 47.
That American lawyer in the small office, did you check his travel documents?
Anyone there? Answer.
That's Madame Carlisle taken care of. Time to get the file on Arthur Edwards.
Hostage negotiation.
Hey,
Maybe
so-
we should get back to it.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
parents would hate him.
It's a hell of a uniform you got there, guy.
Not that I'm aware.
Can't be too careful. Part of the job.
I can't forget his eyes. They were so swollen, it didn't even look like Zachary.
I've never seen a dead body before.
Do you think it was a suicide?
I don't know. Madame Carlisle certainly doesn't think so. Why else would she have asked that detective to come here? Hello, this is Cassandra Cox, Edward's ex-wife. No, I don't know what's going on at your house, but Edward is losing it again. All I can think about is those He seems to believe that Alexa Hello, this is Cassandra Cox, Edward's ex-wife, and that he has to write I don't know what's going on at your house, some make-believe Edward is losing it. I still have the restraining order on him, so whoever gets this message now that Alexa is dead better get him under control. Otherwise, I see no other way than to get the police involved. Talk to Mr. Fernsby. He's in charge of the staff.
Listen, we don't shoot warning shots. You understand what I'm saying? Still alive, huh? Good on ya.
Peculiar icons above the safe. I wonder if they might be some sort of a code. Maybe have a look around the office, 47. Mission complete. Well done, 47.
Sir.
Mary is so upset. She's never seen a dead body before.
Poor thing.
Alexa back from the dead, a make-believe funeral, a murder mystery. Oh, all too much.
Don't worry, I'm sure everything's settled.
I heard Mary fainted when she heard Madame Carlisle was still alive, and she didn't even see it herself. It was firm.
I can believe that.
They're everywhere. Go, get out! It's the Constantine. Shit!